Alright, and here we are back game 2 between IG and Vici Gaming Potential in this set of 2 or 2-game series round robin style matchup. Up 1-0 is IG in this set of 2, and we get right back into the draft for this game 2. And we take a look, Sand King Chen for Vici Gaming Potential this time, as Chen will be showing up on VG.P, or Vici.P, excuse me, and IG gone back to the gyrocopter with that position for Baboka Bounty Hunter. And it was a first phase ban of that Dark Willow coming out for the side of Vici Gaming Potential. No surprise considering the fact that Baboka played that hero oh so well, and honestly played Vici Gaming Potential like a fiddle. So you've got Naga here, Omni Knight, Dark Willow, Faceless Void banned by Vici Gaming Potential, Elder Titan, Tiny, Razor, and OD by IG. And right away we take a look, probably 4 or 5 of the Sand King Chen, but could be an off-lane Sand King coming out from Vici Gaming Potential. And IG, Bounty Hunter, Gyrocopter, picked up for them, and that's probably 4 and maybe back mid for XSS. Again, is that Gyro. But I'm joined here today by my analyst, Bottom of the Moon, or if you want to catch him on Twitter, at bottom of the _moon. And any thoughts coming in on to this Game 2 draft so far, sir?
I got some I'd like to point out. Obviously, we saw the Dark Willow first phase ban from Vici Gaming Potential, which was no surprise after the last game. A little bit surprised about the Void ban there, where they were fearing that IG might turn their own strategy against them, but instead, they're going to pick up the own Chen, or the Chen on themselves, and go with a little bit more of aggressive lineup together with the Sand King. So that still gives them some potential to eventually run the Sand King as the offliner instead of going for the classic roaming Sand King. So it's a pretty open lineup for interpretation. Vici Gaming potentially can still do whatever they wish with the lineup if they want to swap it up. On the other hand, IG instantly snacking up that gyrocopter once more, working out extremely well in the first game, banning out all the natural counters as well. Razor out of the question, no Tiny, no Elder Titan, so Gyro is gonna have at least a decent game. Already a lot of targets with Chen on the field.
Feels like Vici Gaming Potential, and I don't know if you agree with this, they try to ban out Baboka's heroes with Naga and Dark Willow, but Baboka plays a lot of position 4s really well, and he's the playmaker for this team. I feel like it's almost, you know, when somebody can play so many heroes like that so well in a position like position 4 for Baboka, is it worth banning out his heroes, or is it worth trying to play around what he can play and banning out the rest of the team's heroes?
I'm pretty sure you just want to take the approach of just trying to focus on your own lineup, because if you fall behind, or if you just ban something so you don't have to go up against it instead of like setting up your future picks, then you fall behind even in the draft. And yes, it is possible to fall behind in a draft, even though it is in a structured order, but at this point, Baboka, like, how many bans do you want to spend on Baboka? Then you're potentially letting heroes like Omni Knight or Underlord and all the really high intensity offlaners through, so you don't want to commit too many bans for him. And I think by banning out the Naga and the Dark Willow, you have the 2 most prominent counters banned out already, especially if you choose to pick up a Tusk. And an early Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Storm Spirit comes out, and I feel like that it can almost come out with ease when IG have gone to the Rubik, so there's no real chance of them picking up, say, a Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining.
If they wanted to, like, use the Static Storm to lock in Storm.
You could argue that, but I mean, there's the OD ban coming from IG. I felt like maybe they wanted to go down that venue of picking up the Storm Spirit or more action focused mid heroes. It's just Vici Gaming. It's a little bit of a risky pick. You have a massive amount of lockdown now in the lineup. So what they lack is raw damage to fill the gap between the stun time and actually killing heroes off, like the Gyrocopter with high armor. So after the initial burst damage, Gyro is not going to take that much damage right now. Meaning you gotta get somebody that hits really hard, and my money would be on a Terror Blade here for Vici Gaming Potential.
They go back to the Death Prophet safe lane. Or, well, I can only assume
Death
Prophet safe lane because they played it like that last time.
No, I think you run the Death Prophet in the mid lane this time more traditionally. Especially because you can still kind of dodge around and have pretty modular lanes. You have that Bounty Hunter to help you out against the Storm Spirit in mid, against the Tusk, meaning Death Prophet is going to have the better lane from the get-go. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter, he's going to stand up against Sun King plus Tusk and Chen, which is... to say the safe lane for IG is always going to have problems with all the heroes rotating around, so might as well just park the Gyro there together with your Rubik and your Bounty Hunter harasses the mid lane. You just focus on the other two lanes.
I feel like this combination is seen kind of frequently. Death Prophet mid with a Bounty Hunter, you get that Janata, you got that slow in there with the Spirit Scythe in the chase, maybe Rubik comes over. It, to me, seems like definitely a solid way to go about winning the mid lane. It's an
Death Prophet together with Bounty Hunter,
which is always a perfect combination.
Which is why I was a little bit curious about the Storm Spirit pickups earlier, because you knew there's a Bounty Hunter lingering around in your mid lane all the time now, and you can't always put the Chen or the Tusk on the ticket to sit around the mid lane and babysit you, because the other lanes need help too. They can accomplish that if Chen has a really good start in the game. But you're still looking at a Death Prophet now, so you're gonna have a disadvantage in the mid lane already. So you gotta really focus on your safe lane. You need somebody who completely dominates the safe lane. But now with a puck coming in for Invictus Gaming as well, now it's a puck off lane, Death Prophet mid, Jarek the safe lane, plus a Bounty rotating around.
And that is classic. I was gonna say SRF puck, which is absolutely. What is going on? Do you have this on your screen for the Death Prophet? Just a sack of skulls right now?
Alright, that's like one of the really old cosmetics before they actually updated how the models are generated, and then
that's a cosmetic.
It looks that is a cosmetic.
That's not a cosmetic. It is kind of creepy. That's Dark Souls. That's literally Dark Souls. That's not a cosmetic. I don't believe you.
Well, I know for a fact it is one, but...
That's an enemy from Dark Souls. That was a mound of skulls. Ew, what is that? That's not real.
Well, it's Death Prophet for a reason.
Oh my god. That is not real. I need to take a look at this. I'm sorry. I obsess sometimes.
You scared?
Well, no, now it kind of went away. It doesn't look as gross. And there it is. See, look at how gross that is. Dress of the Corpse Maiden. I've never seen that before. Ew. I'm actually disgusted.
What's wrong with some corpses, dude?
Look at that. Ew. You can just wiggle them around. Ew. Just if you go into the magnifying, you just jiggle the model.
Should we ask him to repick two different heroes, change the cosmetics?
Just
I'm pretty sure we can.
I mean, we'll need a translator. By the way, I got to try this F8. Hold on. No, wait, what?
It works on my end.
That was F7. F8. There we go. There's the win probability, and it's in favor of Vici Gaming potential. Almost 75%. Less than.
Yeah, I mean, this pretty much concludes it. Game is almost over now. We can just stop casting and just
watch at this point.
Directed camera on the puck, watch some puck plays, but we know who's going to win now. So
as long as it's not on the Death Prophet. Oh my god, that is. Wow, I'm upset. I just ate. I really okay. And I'm done. Enough. So
talking with you about who do you think is going to take it? Because I feel like both teams have a really solid lineup, but there's so much stuff from Invictus Gaming you have to work with. There's an exorcism, there's a puck dodging around, and a gyrocopter once more, and then as soon as Invictus Gaming is gonna get at least a little bit of a lead here, they're never gonna drop it because they have that bounty hunter.
I mean, to me, Vici Gaming Potential's lineup looks really good. I've seen Jugs kind of just take control of a game, no matter who they're up against. Again, they're working with the gyrocopter on the side of IG, and you know, we saw how much they could snowball. I feel like it comes down to how well Vici Gaming Potential play their like positives this game. Like last game, we saw them hit what could have been a good mark for them, and they missed it. If they miss it again here, I feel like IG will totally take advantage, and they are a team that can really take advantage.
I definitely see the snowballing potential coming through for VG gaming potential, especially with the Tusk on the board. But it's Invictus Gaming, and they're gonna play very efficient once more, and Bounty Hunter is gonna seek out for targets, Puck is gonna sit behind him, and Death Prophet just comes in for, and sweeps in the kills. Yes, it's a Juggernaut, but you're looking at a Gyrocopter, hero with a high amount of armor, decently good chance to actually go for SNY, half my health points, so he's not gonna fall to the Omni Slash. Looking at the lanes, I really like this lane from IG. They're going with the aggressive Gyrocopter with Rubik, so lifted to homing missile is gonna be a problem for this Juggernaut.
Not only that, I just took a look over mid. Alucard already struggling against XSS on this Death Prophet. They'll send the Bounty Hunter back over towards mid, and he's a little bit late on getting this courier. Unfortunately, he won't get it, and it's Q on this Bounty Hunter is what I just noticed. Not that classic Baboka, which I'm used to seeing. So Q is going to be on the Bounty Hunter, and then we've got Rubik being played by Baboka, which I'm kind of surprised about, to be quite honest.
You expect him on the Bounty Hunter, I guess, but they're gonna... I mean, Bounty Hunter is just... He's gonna do his thing.
Ooh,
but
they come over mid. They look for XSS. They've got the Ice Shards. They've got First Blood. And Alucard already making this game look a lot better than the first game as they get First Blood over the Death Prophet. That is very huge, I feel like, for Vici gaming potential, because that was a lane in where Storm looked to be having a shaky beginning with Bounty Hunter coming around and the Spirit Siphon doing so much. Is that one kill enough to really put the lane over in Storm Spirit's favor for sure? As over bottom, there's the Ice Shards DY trying to block out Baboka, it seemed, but now you've got Q going in. They've still got the telekinesis to work with if they could get by this Tusk. And there's the lift, and the body blocks are available from Q, but straight into the TP out. The damage is there. Baboka, with that Rubik, gets the kill.
Just enough on the last hit, and you talked about the mid lane, if the one kill will be enough. It's a Death Prophet, so he's gonna get stronger. Like, the perfect laning spot for the Death Prophet is when you hit level 4, level 5, because then you're looking at like at a level 3 Spirit Siphon as well as the Crypt Swarm dealing a good amount of damage. Alucard is playing Storm Spirit, yes, but you don't really have that burst of potential to get to potentially kill down the Death Prophet once she reaches some levels. Especially with Boots coming out, she's just gonna drop one Spirit Siphon and then run away, even with the Tusk on the field. So you're really looking to the champ creeps, and with the perfect creeps, yes, maybe you get another kill, but your Storm Spirit is gonna need a lot more than that. Looking at the mid game as well, he doesn't have the perfect targets to jump on.
So we take a look over top as TZY, not level 2, not even actually close to level 2 is Q. Only has this Shadow Walk to work with, and we'll see if they're able to get the kill on the TZY. Burrow Strike comes out on SRF, and I feel like that's the wrong move, because that causes his death, as now the Puck cleans up the Sand King. I feel like that was very ambitious. As over now bottom, they take a look. Baboka quite low. They look at life, no color, but Aggressive's going to be the one who hits the deck. The Fade Bolt comes through from Baboka. They'll get the kill. They'll trade it for the life of this Rubik. And a double kill for Go King with this Chen coming over towards the bottom lane. So three kills here for Vici Gaming potential. 1 kill away from matching last game's total already. So things going, I would say, much better.
Definitely hitting the quota. Ooh, dust on the baby.
Just on the Q. They've got the Ice Shards. Go King coming in. There's a Penitence coming out on a Q. But Baboka is here and might actually be able to get the kill. But the Snowball from DY. And Homing Missile comes out. Go King still forced to run away. Baboka holding onto this Fade Bolt for now. And that's because the Homing Missile will get the kill. He'll throw it at DY with the Rocket Barrage coming out from Aggressive. Trying to get those Ice Shards onto the other side. But Aggressive gets one. Baboka gets the other one. And IG take the lead 5-4.
Yeah, it feels like IG is still... You have the Gyrocopter farming. Yes, it's looking a little bit better for VG game potential with the Chen. Actually making some really good rotations, which we haven't seen that much from IG in the last game. But I'm still a little bit worried about the top lane, because the Sand King, while he's having a decent time against the Puck, he's still going to fall behind, and he's not going to get that insanely fast blink, and Same kind of goes with the Juggernaut safe lane. He's falling behind the Gyrocopter slightly. He's not gonna get the best amount of XP once he reaches that level 6. Just there's so much pressure on the course for VG Gaming Potential that I feel like IG can run away with this game and just pretty much they set the pace.
Snowball over bottom, aggressive, getting run down so far by DY, but straight into that TP. Oh, there is the toss of that stone from this Mud Golem, and they'll get the kill on aggressive. They bring the Chen over, and something that you said just a moment ago was they weren't exactly doing that with Q on the Chen. Q just kind of farmed up and got that medallion as well as the mech, and was ready to fight from there. But here we see a much more active Chen.
Yeah, much more active Chen, but to the downside of the Sun King falling top to SRF, to the first dream call of the game with the Bounty Hunter. Yeah, up against the Bounty, and we're gonna find Storm Spirit here as well.
Yeah, they've got the Shuriken toss, they've got Alucard in a bad spot with the telekinesis coming through, but DY should have the snowball for the save. That hits on a Q. Now they've got the dust. Alucard's still not dead. That gives him level 6, so now he's got Ball Lightning to work with. Baboka just with the kill. But again, Go King here to trade, and he'll clean up Baboka.
But guess who claimed the first tower? It's Death Prophet with the Exorcism. Nobody paid attention for it. This is a 6-minute tower for the Death Prophet. That is actually a huge bonus you have early on.
Ooh, Juggernaut actually drops bottom as well. I was not expecting Life No Color to go down, but Aggressive is there with Q, who is level 3 and goes to an interesting, a little bit of an interesting build. 2 into the Shuriken toss, 1 into the Shadow Walk, none in the Janata. Usually you do see that Janata, especially with the Death Prophet. Meanwhile, speaking of Death Prophet, Spirit Siphon comes out onto DY. Ice Shards will block XSS out, especially with this Sigil slowing them down. But now they've got the Centaur. That's 1 stomp. That's 2 stomps. Baboka in a lot of trouble. Silence up by XSS. But Baboka still trying to run. Oh, run, you wizard, run. As finally those creeps will be pulled away by Chen. They did end up getting that kill on the Tusk.
He saved his own life with the fateful damage reduction
on
the creeps.
Life No Color again. Bottom silence now by XSS. Gets the healing ward out, but telekinesis away from it. They have the damage, or I thought they would for a moment. Epicenter comes through with the Burrow Strike from TZY. There's the call down. That'll hit twice on a TZY with the snowball hitting on XSS. Fable comes through. XSS with the Spirit Siphon trying to stay alive, but the Burrow Strike is placed nicely by TZY. That's 1. And on the other side, Q gets the kill on the Go King, looking over at DY. But now finally the Ball Lightning from Alucard. Dreamcoil on the back lines of this fight as they'll take out Q. They look for the rest of the team. It's TZY in the Dreamcoil, but not really threatened too much by SRF and Baboka. Ice Shards laid down. That finds Baboka with the Burrow Strike. And IG lose another one. As Vici Gaming Potential all of a sudden, they look kind of different than last game. They look completely different than last game. They look like a solid Chinese Tier 1 team. And that's
kickoff here.
That's looking like a kill on the Q. Go King helps get that with TZY and DY. And that is now a 12-11 lead for Vici Gaming Potential. And with that, I need to do it. I gotta take a look. Still about the same on win probability.
Yeah, still 60%, and I must say the lineup is looking suddenly a lot stronger. It's 60-40%, 60 to 40. But that's I don't feel like they have the tempo to go up with this. Like, we've seen a super explosive game, and you would think that the Chen lineup, together with the Sand King Tusk, would get more kills over the lineup with the Bounty Hunter Rubik. But IG is keeping up to the pace. It's not like they're falling behind, and they even up slightly by, well, around 1,000 gold.
Ooh, Vici Gaming Potential over top. They're going to smoke up. They're going to look for a kill over onto this Gyrocopter. We're going to see something we saw IG do a lot of, smoking and ganking early. So how do you feel about this now that Vici Gaming Potential finally... They are the aggressors this time around. Call down is used by aggressive. That hits on nothing. The snowball is used by DY. IG did this and played it very well game 1. Game 2, we're seeing more Vici Gaming Potential with the smoke. It's a little bit different this time around. Do you think Vici Gaming Potential can snowball into a nice lead despite being down right now?
Well, with the toss, they're always able to snowball, but from a game perspective, They have that Storm Spirit who has not come online yet. He's going for the Kaya next, so no Electric Vortex picked up either. He's hitting on level 8, and he's steadily climbing that Network Child, actually on top over the puck, so that's one of the heroes we haven't taken into account. And once he comes online, once he gets the first jumps, Bounty Hunter is not going to be safe anywhere on the map. Same goes with the puck. He risks of having potentially get zoned out. Just considering that he's going for the Blink Dagger, it's not a core position puck. He was on this, well, kinda off lane, even if it was a safe lane, and he's not gonna get an extremely fast heals here.
Puck actually going for Blink Dagger instead of that Yules that we usually see first on a puck, but stolen away its pendants.
It's a nice spell.
It's a good one. Good one to steal.
That's some nice bonus coming up with the aggressive null field. 35% more magic damage is 35% more magic damage after all.
Whoa. That's actually way more disgusting than I realized it was.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, they have the Fate Bolt and they have the cooldown, otherwise there's not much magic damage actually coming out. You could kind of argue the Shuriken toss is there, but most of the damage is just physical or raw physical power with the Exorcism as well as the Gyrocopter, which is actually, yeah, face drums coming out on Gyrocopter. Nothing out of the ordinary here, aggressive, just going pretty much the exact same as last game. That's reasonable.
Ooh, take a look over top Q. Dusted up, and that's probably going to be a kill here for Vici Gaming Potential. He does have track, so that'll come out on a TZY. And it looks as though Vici Gaming Potential might be going towards their first lead of the game, but this is track becoming available for this Bounty Hunter, and that could become a problem for Vici Gaming Potential if IG are able to get a couple of kills, especially the way they were in Game 1. So, take a look. Baboka on the Rubik. He's going for a Blink Dagger. They'll have the Blink Dagger available on the Puck SRF soon. And then the Yules on the Death Prophet, as well as Gyro early with the drums. What direction do you think Gyro goes in this game?
I would leave myself out of the window and say it's going to be an SNY. After that, straight into the BKB. They already have a lot of stacks coming in the jungle for him, so he's just going to farm those up and then gets more and more farm off of that. And it's a fairly standard build we see it all over and over. It's face, drums, SNY, or BKB, whatever you want to prioritize, and then you go straight for the butterfly. By that time, the Gyrocopter, when you get that butterfly, usually hits about level 20, means you take that movement speed and you're constantly hasted. It's just... He snowballed so well in this current meta, especially because he had not been touched at all by the patches. We're just going to see something really similar once more here.
Smoke comes out from IG. They head over towards top. A couple heroes out for the side of Vici Gaming Potential in that TZY is in the trees. And then on the back lines is Go King. They send Q over. He's got the Shadow Walk. That's going to be with the homing missile immediately trying to TP out. But IG are here and ready to get themselves a kill on a Go King. And with that, they should be able to push. XSS has Exorcism at the ready. And a tier 1 looking ripe for the pickings.
Oh, is he gonna spell TZY here? No, he's gonna run.
Life no color. Force back with the TPs coming out from IG. They do still think about pressuring this mid lane, but IG, they actually don't pressure the top tier 1.
I think there's really no need. They always have the Exorcism to come off, but a potential gank. I think what they're trying to do accomplish is they have the Gyro farming up. They want to ideally stick around in this area soon. They want to start a smoke gang, then they're gonna run over into this area, get a pick off with the Exorcism, and then go straight into Roche and get an advantage. We've seen the last game pretty much exactly the same from them. They did it 3 times, and out of 2 of these, they actually got the Aegis with the G's coming out of it.
Look over DY force back, and I was actually going to make a comment about how Gyro is farming. It's one of those things that you see Gyro do, especially at those top tiers, that Aggressive can do, is just farm both these camps at once. And it's impressive to me, just to see that next step in farm, you know?
Yeah,
they always know where Q is.
Dust.
And it's the random dust on the Q. They've got the ice shards. Epicenter is going to be popped, and that's actually not going to hit on anything for TZY. They don't have the Burrow Strike to get in, and it's another dust on the Q. Finally gets the kill. Now the Ball Lightning trying to get out. XSS is here, the kill off DY. Now the Yule's out with the silence. Rocket Barrage is there. That's enough lockdown to get a kill on a Storm Spirit. 3 dead on the side of Vici Gaming Potential off the back of a just random dust.
Random dust indeed. They saw him with the ward going in this. They just random dusted over there. But in the end, we've seen a pretty disastrous epicenter coming out. So what happened is he channeled it up, he wanted to blink in, and then his blink got cancelled by a flak cannon, which is really frustrating to play against. Especially if you're not at that point where you have also the full staff to rely upon, and you are not in stun range either, so that's a little bit of a blunder coming out, but it's only 3k network disadvantage at this point, and you still have that Storm Spirit farming, even though he just died.
He's got that Kaya coming out. We'll see if that ends up being enough for him now going into the Bloodstone. Is Storm even going to have enough time? Because you also have to think about the track gold that's coming through for IG. It feels like they almost, not only do they get a small chunk of gold, they get a little bit of a lead, and they're on a kind of a snowbally team, but they also then get that boost from track. And that always seems to be a problem against teams like this, where you have to wait for Jug to find his farm, and kind of the same in the Storm Spirit. And Jug not going to the Battle Fury, going straight Manta style.
Yeah, and while that is the right call against the silence of Puck as well as the Death Prophet, yeah, I guess you're right. You're looking to potentially Storm Spirit getting super hungry for farm on map together with the Juggernaut, and how do you keep up? I feel like it's going to be too late with Bounty to constantly scouting out. They did a good job on actually catching out the Bounty Hunter so far, but now Death Prophet is up and running, and the Exorcism is going to come out. Means you're going to lose this tower, you're going to lose this tower, and you're going to lose this tower soon enough if you keep prioritizing your Storm Spirit. Which means you're going to really focus on getting those fights in, and maybe get an epicenter with a non-cancel blink. That would be nice. I really want to see some good team fights. Looking at VG game potential, they really have to. You could say they have the potential for those big team fights.
Yeah, they definitely have a team that can go in there. They can pick off the stragglers, especially with Alucard on this Storm Spirit. He's getting close to that Bloodstone, and that's one of those crucial moments for a team that, or for a hero that picks up Bloodstone, is that first moment out of the gate with a Bloodstone. You either see a Bloodstone lose its charges on that first fight, and it kind of fizzles, or you see a couple of kills, and all of a sudden it boosts the team up quite a bit, actually. I feel like Bloodstone is very make or break.
It's make or break, but on the other hand, you're looking at IG, they have the items in place to prevent it. So XXX is actually going for that BKB early on. He almost has it actually, 500 gold away together with the Yules. Then you have the Gyrocopter going for something similar, finish up the Yasha, and now into the BKB, probably Manta afterwards to have another toggle for like shards or whatnot. You have something extra, but not gonna catch anyone with that smoke gang. Just really nice positioning coming out.
You know, at least not yet. They could always just rotate over bottom, especially after Aggressive farms 2 camps at once again. They do find Gokking with the blink on forward from Baboka. That's going to be the telekinesis with a call down, splitting up this team. They've got the Exorcism with the Burrow Strike, as well as the Epicenter. XSS Exorcism is used and immediately nullified by that Sand King. So we do see that good Epicenter come through from the Sand King. No blink canceled this time around from Aggressive. That's a great hold from Vici Gaming Potential.
Yeah, they couldn't even get any value out of this Exorcism. So this is 2 minutes that Potential just basically bought for them by getting a really nice Epicenter. Like, Epicenter for an Exorcism, you would take that trade any day, especially if you didn't lose anything in return. Now they're gonna look for some potential pressure down the mid lane, so they're gonna get a tower advantage maybe, back in their favor. Just looking for more gangs, which they could definitely do, but they have to watch out.
Over bottom, there's the call down. Track is out. TZY trying to Burrow Strike, but Aggressive, he's there to get the kill, and that's a 4 times killing streak ended. So a good chunk of gold going the way of Aggressive, on top of which he had the track. And that's gold for the Bounty Hunter and more gold for Aggressive. So that puts them up 4,000 net worth.
The Bloodstone is completed now on the Storm Spirit, so they're surely going to utilize this. We don't want to find Bounty probably.
Yeah, they're going to want to get those kills, but Go King with the track on him immediately. I feel like Vici Gaming Potential almost can't really fight. They're a team that relies heavily on good positioning, and they're able to get that, I feel like, only after, you know, only without the track on them. If they're tracked, IG can, you know, see their movements, and they're a team that can capitalize on that against the team that I feel like heavily needs to position themselves in a fight. In positioning potential.
Positioning is going to be a key factor in this. You have, not only do you have a Tusk who wants to get a surprise on people, you also have the Sand King and the Storm Spirit. Both of these two want to find a spot on the map where nobody sees them, where they can channel up the ultimate and potentially just backstab an entire team. But for track running around, you're never going to have that advantage, so you're going to rely on your raw stopping power with your Jug in the front line. And Jug in the front line against the Rubik and 2 silences is not the best, or like not the preferred target to be there. Especially with only now the Manta up. Yep, picks it up over the blink.
Yeah. The only item is Manta style right now, not exactly something you were looking to front line with at the moment. I think it comes back to the fact that Life No Color needs a lot of time to farm. And it just doesn't seem like he's going to have that opportunity.
Well, they made it a little bit better with the pickoff on Death Prophet bottom. Next Exorcism is up and running. They have a Chen creeping position in the Rage Pit. Not too sure if they actually want to commit for that.
And to be fair to both sides, off that, you know, that thought of XSS going down bottom with the Exorcism just getting caught, it was a little bit of over-aggression from IG, but at the same time, like I talked about, very good positioning from Vici Gaming Potential. It just seemed like they were there, they had those 3 heroes back, but at the same time, Death Prophet going in that deep, just probably not the call.
They really gambled on it, but yeah. it could have been the other way around. What if the yields actually came out on the Death Prophet? Then you would have looked up against, you have no stuns left, you committed everything on the Death Prophet and she survived, and then you have a team fight on your hands. So it's a little bit gambling for IG, but I'm pretty sure they're going to feel confident taking this chance one more time, especially with the BKB up on the Death Prophet.
And they might go even towards Roche. I wouldn't be surprised if they went that direction. They've got Exorcism. We've seen them do it before. Something that's kind of lacking is the medallion that they had on the Chen last game, that they were able to do that Roche so quickly with that Exorcism, but Death Prophet's going that direction, going for the Solar Crest. How do you feel about this? I've been seeing a lot more Death Prophets go Solar Crest recently.
Well, it is an item that gives you a good amount of armor. Passive evasion is nice as well. It's just all about amplifying the damage. Remember that Exorcism is physical damage, so you're gonna do more damage if you reduce the armor of somebody. So it's a nice little niche item that you can pick up to amplify your damage over items like maybe even potentially going for a fast sheepstick and whatnot. Just because you have the survivability, and it just allows you to deal more damage, means you're gonna potentially heal even more once you get an Octary.
Burrow Strike's going to miss on SRF now. The 2-man Dream Coil with the track coming out of DY. They've got the call down. Coming out is going to be Alucard, trying to find somebody on the side of IG, and that somebody will be SRF. They get themselves one. They look at Life No Color. BKB is going to be popped by XSS on this Death Prophet. The Epicenter comes through, but it's not really doing enough. They look to get the kill and just sent back in time is that Jug. Now they look over at TZY. They've got the track out on him as well as the Urn. The chase is on, but this is a Sand King that, ooh, actually, I was going to say might get away, but Baboka with the blink as well as the Telekinesis locks down that kill for IG.
Just the Exorcism running, so they're going to do a lot of damage on this tower. It is running out now, but they have the advantage once more. Like, they traded in the puck for Sand King, they exchanged the ultimates. Still gonna be a lot of free damage, and no Omnisesh on the board, so you don't have that burst potential for aggressive. Bring him down. But IG's gonna respect it. They're gonna once more play really with a lot of discipline, back off, wait for their cooldowns, and then play around them once more.
So how do Vici Gaming Potential kind of play around this? Because that was a fight that looked pretty decent on the start, but the BKBs came out from IG. That was the 10-second BKB there from the gyrocopter, and, you know, the same is said about the Death Prophet. So do they have to kind of try and hope that they don't lose enough casualties for IG to push in these fights where BKBs are popped, so maybe they could get those low duration come the next 10 minutes?
I think if you're VG Game Potential, you want to kind of sacrifice one of your heroes, probably the Sun King, just force out his BKBs, because if you see a Sun King even channeling up anything or just lining up a stun against you, you have to pop that BKB. Otherwise, you're looking not only at the Sun King, but you're looking at a Tusk, a potential Juggernaut spin into Storm Spirit. So there's a lot more lockdowns. So the chain potential for VG Gaming Potential on Tongue Twister is actually coming in quite handy for them, and IG has to commit those BKBs. It's all about forcing them out. You see them already backing up. They're sitting on their side of the river. They're gonna wait for the BKBs. They wait for the exorcism, and then we're gonna see the push once more. Surprisingly, that T1 tire mid is still alive for some reason.
So, let's see. Vici Gaming Potential down 7,000 net worth. They actually look over mid towards XSS. They land some nice shards, but nobody really following that up just yet. Alucard, he's looking for a BKB, and it'll probably be that point where he picks up that BKB before they do look to fight against IG, on top of which Juggernaut with the Maelstrom going into the Skadi.
Interesting item going for the Maelstrom on the Juggernaut. That's not something you commonly see. I was expecting another Blink Dagger coming out for them, but it's a nice smoke.
Deep smoke, and there's the blink, but Blade Fury already used by the Juggernaut. Now in the backlines, let's see if they're able to make anything happen on the side of Vici Gaming Potential. They've got the Burrow Strike, that's going to follow up with the Snowball with the Rollist Punch. Down goes 1, 2, 3 on the side of IG. XSS pops that BKB, but how much is that helping? Exorcism is there with the silence, but XSS, you're in a bad spot, sir, and you will fall. 4 dead on the side of IG. Vici Gaming Potential put it together wonderfully.
Life Nicola, I gotta give him credit there. That was an insane timing on the Blade Fury. That was a Ruik linking up to you, and before he even could lift with the telekinesis, he spun out. He spun really. You could say he spun out of control in that team fight.
That looked really good. I mean, the timing was perfect. You have to be perfect, I feel like, not only against IG, but in a spot like that where they were just down 7,500 net worth, and now it's even after a fight like that.
Yeah, it's just that almost on the back of the Juggernaut. There was no initiation. The entire initiation power from IG just vanished with that spin. And then they had to turn around with the shards limiting the fight. There was a big Omni Slash going on, and Storm Speed jumping from the back line. Now you're looking at an Aegis on the Storms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
About that one, not too sure. I mean,
it feels a little bit better that it's not the 10-second charge.
You know what I really dislike about the BKB change? That it's always 70 seconds now. You can't say he just wants to lower your cooldown now, because that excuse is not longer going to work. Well, these things happen. Probably just item switching in the inventory. It all happened to us once, I believe.
Yeah, I think you went from left of the Bloodstone to the right now.
Yeah, I think he wanted to swap in the bottle, and then he actually accidentally clicked on the BKB. Well. That happens. Nonetheless, he has that Aegis to run around with. 20 seconds to his BKB, so they're going to set up for the mid-push.
He's also got the gem, so I wonder how IG are going to try and play around this. Their positioning, I mean, Q, they spotted him. They know he's... I feel like they know he's there.
They definitely have an idea on what area on the map he is currently at. Top lane is completely isolated. Nobody wants to be in this area right now. Same with the bottom one, so it is all about this juicy area over here, because Roshan is down, so this is the primary area.
There's the Burrow Strike with the nice snowball coming through. He's so low, but gets the Manta BKB. He is out, but that's just by a little bit. Now on the back lines, IG, Baboka hit by that Burrow Strike. Call down coming through. They'll take out one Rubik, but they keep the Gyrocopter alive on the side of IG, just barely.
Okay, Fastest Jug is now pushing with the Manta, with the Mirrorstream, and Ultimate Orb picked up as well. This is uncharacteristic for IG.
Oh, there is the nice ball lightning. Q in a little bit of trouble with that gem on the Storm Spirit, but all of a sudden, Storm silenced up. Not in a lot of trouble. Nobody on the high ground for the side of IG. They get a second kill for Vici Gaming Potential, and they will not stop pushing. They've got the Aegis to work with. They're going to push. They'll try for high ground. Let's see if IG can protect. They've got 3 heroes here. Rubik back up in 11 seconds now. Let's see. Alucard, homing missile. That's going to be queued up on him. 3 mad silence as well as the call down. Homing missile hits, and now they look for more. They've got this puck going with the waning rift. There's the Dream Coil on to 2 with the ball lightning through from the Storm Spirit. They'll ditch this Tusk. They look for more. Now they'll look for Go King, and look at that Baboka with some nice ice shards with the illusory orb over epicenter. Burrow Strike onto a couple. TZY gets the kill with the help of Alucard, who's going in more for Baboka. He'll get a second, and that is Vici Gaming Potential taking out XSS and Baboka, and now it's looking at this high ground.
And this is a healing ward in the back line.
SRF.
That was a healing ward in the back line. Nice little snipe.
Big move from SRF to get in there, but the Burrow Strike comes out from TZY on SRF. He's got the phase shift with the homing missile as well as the flat cannon. Rocket barrage coming through. TZY, he will hit the deck. They look over at this Alucard Storm Spirit, who's trying to ball lightning out and has successfully done so. Aegis on the deck, but they did take out, or Aegis Town, and they did take out the tier 3.
That opens up 2 big objectives on the map, mainly the 2 shrines. You can also have a pretty safe and easy push on the bottom, maybe you don't have to deal with a tower. While this was an Aegis fight, IG surprisingly held really well, and the game is still completely even now. Like, yes, they lost their net worth lead, but they're not tremendously behind on the side of IG, so there's still a really good chance that they just fight back into this, especially with the smoking we've seen so far on their end. You're looking at 80% win chance for
it's just looking at
VG that. It's a nice little tool to play around with.
Ooh, ball lightning so deep on the Q, but they find SRF. That's going to be the Dream Coil drop down. And Alucard just able to walk out of it. I was looking at that. I was also looking at the death summary on Death Prophet, which is quite nice. They've got smoke. It looks as though Vici Gaming Potential are going to look for an aggressive play again. And that's exactly what they're looking for. They show themselves the storm over mid, trying to bait in IG a little bit closer as they wrap the long way around on IG. And IG, they kind of take a smell in the air, and they can kind of feel it.
They're going to set up on the high ground. They know something is up. Nobody's responding to the bottom lane. Nobody's aggressively pushing out top. They know exactly where they are on the map. Like, you see them just... We're going to stay on this side. This here, this is our side. We're not going to go over into our jungle. We know they're there. With all the army from Gen coming at a mid. That's another easy T2 tower.
So only one more outer tower stands here for the side of IG. Let's see if they're able to hold it. It's only a couple hundred gold lead here for the side of Vici Gaming Potential, but it almost feels as if not only is the game in their control, but they're up by way more than that.
They have something. They have a storm. Even though the game is fairly even, it's a storm. 23 Bloodstone charges, BKB, Orchid up and running, Kai on the field. Now imagine if he finds an Arcane Ring. Imagine if he finds a Region Ring. Then he's just gonna have half the time of his life, and he can just jump on the high ground, snipe somebody off, and then rotate away once more.
The only thing I worry about is the fact that the BKB is getting low. 6 seconds here when it could have been 7. Does that come into play as the BKBs here for IG is 7 for the Gyrocopter, 7 for the Death Prophet as well, and then maybe one to come out much later,
what a
if
jump.
at all. From
almost beautiful. Across the map finds the Rubik.
I can't keep up with Alucard.
Oh, he found himself a gift. He's gonna like that.
Oh boy. If you're IG, you hide now.
Yeah, I think this is just the point where you just wait for it to time out, or you just tell your Rubik or your bounty hunter, please go out there. Please, we just need him to pop it. Yeah, this is 2 minutes of Storm doing whatever he wants. I'm not sure if they actually know about it yet, if they clicked on him, but it's a regional on Storm, and he's so farmed as well. 24 Bloodstone charges. It's almost like he's on permanent region. He has so much mana gain.
They do have Hex, however, on the puck, so that's, I feel like, a very important item for the side of IG to make something happen. SRF, who's been very capable of surviving in these fights, we'll see if they are able to put it together now with the Hex.
Are you gonna smoke it aggressively against this? I don't see the smoke on anyone. Nope, just waiting it out.
Sand King's got the gem now.
This gem is such a big factor in these fights, both on the Storm or on the Sand King. You just always risk of losing a bounty hunter, and that's you mentioned it earlier in this game that it's all about division with the track, and I think that VG Game Potential they find a really good solution to this problem.
Ooh, Alucard very far out. SRF, he does have that blink dagger. They're going to want to go in on Alucard, but the rest of the team is here for the side of Vici Gaming Potential. They blink in. There's the Hex with the call down. There's the silence. But the Force Staff out with the Hand of God. They may not be able to get this kill just yet. Storm Spirit still alive with the Omni Slash bouncing around on the side of IG. Aggressive getting very low. There's the Blade Fury used by Life No Color on the backlines. You take a look at Q, who's found himself a Shuriken toss, but it's not going to do enough. Go King gets the kill onto Q. Now they look for more. Exorcist is going to pop that BKB, with the BKB being popped by Alucard, trying to go in deep. They found themselves the Death Prophet. This is a lot of damage going their way with the Spirit Siphon, keeping them alive. Now the Yules, they take a look as you see Baboka trying to make something happen as the rest of the team's coming on through, but they've lost themselves XSS, and they might even lose more. Epicenter charged up. There it is. Down goes the Gyro, and IG are now on the back foot. GG
comes out.
Wow, just like that.
Yeah, there's no exorcism, there's no buyback on the gyrocopter. They know in 60 seconds they're just gonna push us down. I'm realizing, yep, we won't come back from this. This is surprising.
Nicely done by Vici Gaming Potential. That's what I love in Chinese Dota, that any day of the week somebody can come in that may not be a top tier name, but they can beat a top tier team. And Vici Gaming Potential show it there. They beat IG, split the series at 1, which I think, you know, that's gonna really be important coming down the line in these groups, because IG is in a relatively hard group with LFY, Vici Gaming, Keen Gaming, yet to see CDEC yet, and now with a loss against Vici Gaming Potential, that's very important. IG, they lose out this game too, and they split the series 1 apiece.
It is really an important important win to get. I wonder who do you think is going to win this group? Like they all seem so strong. My money would be on Vici Gaming.
Personally, me too, for sure. Who do you think would be 2, 3, 4? Because the top 4 move into the playoffs.
I would say Vici takes the group win. IG is going to come out on rank 2. I'm gonna throw it in C-Deck. They're gonna surprise us for rank 3.
New lineup, so we'll have to see. They are gonna be up against Vici Gaming Potential coming up next, so we'll see. Because CDC, they've been on a down slope for a long time, it seems like, and it would be nice to see a team like them on a brand like that finally be able to put it back together. And that's the series that's coming up next. CDC against Vici Gaming Potential. That's going to be next. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92. I'm joined here by Potom of the Moon, at Potom of the _Moon. We'll type that in the chat when it hits that delay, and we'll be back with that series in just a moment. IG split the series with Vici Gaming Potential 1 apiece, and we'll be back with the next series in this Group A round robin in just a moment. Stay right there.